Who's the president at that time?
President Zuma.
Who's the minister?
Minister Mthethwa, Nathi Mthethwa, the late.
How do you leave that position of acting?
And ceremoniously so, because I was frustrated with the role that the minister was playing over Mdluli over time. And I felt that I cannot be able to work within the political space in this fashion. If this is how the people operate or occupying these positions supposed to interact with executive authority, I'm not willing to take instructions of this nature because they are not right. They are encroaching into the management responsibility of the National Commissioner. Maybe I must talk about the experience that also I had learned prior to that. Mdluli is the only general in the South African Police Service that was ever appointed by the panel of ministers in the history since we started in '95 to date. I said the Act only allows a minister to appoint the national head, nobody else. But the Mdluli's post panel was presided over by the late Minister Mthethwa, and I don't know who are the panel members that were part of it. The person who was the acting National Commissioner at the time, Commissioner Williams, was excluded from the process. Mdluli then gets appointed. So which then Mdluli, there was intention of getting Mdluli at crime intelligence by all means. For what good reason and what experience did Mdluli had at the time? From my assessment, I realized there was other reasons other than his competency to do the job that made him to be rewarded by being given a crime intelligence post by the minister at the time. So fast forward to that. When there is these disciplinary steps taken against Mdluli, the ministers want to intervene and say, you can't do this and that. You can't discipline the man. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. The minister. So we then confirmed that he brought him into the organization because it was a reward for him to come in there. And I must say, Honorable Chair and members, I did not know about the Guptas before until Sheraton Hotel in Pretoria, when I was invited to meet these gentlemen by the late minister who says, do not use City Press and Sunday Time to advertise. We always advertise posts on those newspapers because they've got a big footprint in the country. We're looking for something, we advertise on those newspapers. And the minister says, don't use those papers because they're not helping, they don't want to transform and so forth. Use New Age. Yeah, well, I thought, okay, maybe we need to rotate papers, maybe New Age must have an opportunity. I didn't even know what is New Age. Then I went to the office. When I presented this thing to the management, they said to me, you know who owns New Age? I said, no, who owns it? They say the Guptas. I said, okay, so what is wrong? At the time, remember, I'm coming from operations side. I don't even know what this Guptas are about. They said, no, these ones are implicated politically in this fashion and that fashion. Besides, they don't have the footprint equal to what Sunday Times and City Press has. So if we advertise through them, there are a lot of people are not going to get information anyway.
How did you communicate this to the president that there's something going on which is not up to what we are expected to do as police?
It is unfortunate that I did not write to him. I went there in person. So I had a one-on-one engagement with the president about it. And you're correct, Honourable Member, would have expected the president to conduct some investigation on this thing. But the president didn't. He simply said, okay, if you're having issues with the minister, just give me time, I'm going to appoint someone else to take over from you. And that was the end of the meeting.
And that's President Zuma we're talking about?
That's correct.
We did not do anything about this matter when you communicated to him that we have been invited into doing wrong things?
Yeah, no, they didn't do anything about it.
Now, why do they put you at home after releasing you? They went to fetch you from your position, ask you to come and act, and then when you say, I can't be part of a criminal syndicate, you are sent home. What do they communicate to you?
Honorable members, when I had met with the minister, I called the entire top management of the SAPS and I told them what transpired in the minister's residence. And I told them that they must prepare themselves, that they are all going to be fired and they're going to be victimized because whoever is going to come in is going to come with a mandate that perhaps will say they must get rid of everyone. Indeed, that's what happened. Maybe Gerald Pierre must come here and explain why she did not allocate me a post for that long and allow me to sit at home and throw a salary every month. So she will have to come and explain that because she was the boss. There was a person who was a non-trained police officer With respect, she joined the police and she's heading our training currently. She was deployed as a head of crime intelligence at one stage by General Mkhwanazi.
Will I be correct that you were actually being punished for being disciplined?
I believe so. I believe so, Honorable Member, because it did not only end there. It was not only about sitting at home. It was sitting at home and state security, crime intelligence, deploy counterintelligence against Mkhwanazi, against Khumalo, against Masimula. So we were not just kept at home, but we were being monitored 24/7.
General, you know, you speak interestingly about 2011, especially in relation to crime intelligence. What was happening in 2011? Because some of us for sure were very young, we can't remember properly. What was happening in 2011? Because you keep on referring to 2011, and we're trying to imagine what really happened in the crime intelligence in 2011, which you see it now and gives you those flashbacks of what happened in 2011.
I said, honorable members, I wouldn't want us to maybe go too deep back, but many things were pronounced, ventilated at the Zondo Commission about intelligence, things that were happening. I will invite you to go and read that report again. But at crime intelligence at the time, what was dominating the media space was the looting of the secret fund account in such a manner that it ended up getting a name of slush fund. Majority of the citizens know it as slush fund. It's not a slush fund. It's a secret service account. But because it was misused to that extent, it then became a slush fund. That's what was dominating the media space in 2011 when I came in, which was a sore point within crime intelligence.
But I'll also invite you to go and check my YouTube at that time where I said, when you speak on the phone, you must first greet General Mkhwanazi before you speak to the person you're speaking about, because they were known for illegal interceptions at that time. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. That's why General Cele himself, as initial commissioner at that time, fell victim of the same thing.